What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. I'm Noah Hiles, Post-Gazette Pirates beat writer, here getting you ready for the Pirates' three-game series against the Angels. Pirates start tonight being Tuesday against the Angels. It's a Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday series, all night games. It'll be late first pitch around 9:30 every night here, Eastern time. And another very interesting series. When you look at the road ahead after this, they have the Dodgers for three games, and then come back home to play the Cubs and the Padres. That's the defending World Series champions, followed by two first-place teams. So this is probably going to be their most winnable series in quite some time, or, looking down the road. These are games that they are going to really need to try to win, because victories are going to be very tough to come by after this three-game set. So let's take a look at it right now real quick. We'll start off with the pitching matchups. Bailey Falter on the mound for Pittsburgh Tuesday night. He's 1-2 with a 4.91 ERA. He will take on Jose Soriano, who's 2-2 with a 3.16 earned run average. Andrew Heaney pitches Wednesday night. He's 1-1 with a 2.13 ERA. He will face Jack Kochanowicz, I believe is how you say that. I apologize if I butchered that. He's 1-2 with a 6.20 ERA. And then the final game of the series is Carmen Mlodzinski, who is 1-3 with a 7.41 ERA, taking on left-hander Tyler Anderson, 2-0, 2.08 ERA, and of course a former Pirate there. So those are your pitching matchups. Two lefties and a righty for the Pirates, two righties and a lefty for the Angels. We'll get into the series storylines now. I think the biggest storyline here is one that carries over from this past weekend, and it has a lot to do with the lineup construction. I think all eyes are going to be on that lineup card whenever it comes out each day over the next 3 days, and it'll be the late afternoon back here in Pittsburgh. It'll be interesting to see who's in it. If you're unaware of what I'm referencing, Andrew McCutchen spoke this past weekend about how the team isn't in a position right now to be giving guys extra rest days, to not be playing the best 9 hitters on a day-to-day basis. He says that out of a place of where he just wants to win, and he respects the org's dedication toward getting him and his teammates some rest days here and there. But with a record now of 8-15, sitting in last place, he said they need to show a little bit of urgency and need to get their best 9 out on the field. I would have to tend to agree with him. So it'll be interesting to see what these lineups look like. Against a righty these first 2 days, does Jack Suwinski get any starts? I know he's the left-handed bat in the outfield. Or are they going to make it so it's Cruz, Reynolds, and, man, I don't even know who the third outfielder would be. Maybe Tommy Pham. I don't know. Canario. Who knows? But is it going to be 3 days of McCutchen? Is it going to be 3 days of Joey Bart behind the plate? Or are they going to find a way to at least get Bart 3 starts? McCutchen 3 starts. If it's not 3 games at DH, will McCutchen play a little bit in the outfield? If it's not 3 games as a catcher, will Joey Bart get a game at DH? These are things that I'm interested in seeing, because I think that you've got to find a way to get Hayes, Kutch, Bart, IKF, and Reynolds in the lineup. Those are the guys that have kind of been rested for one reason or another throughout the season. I guess IKF not so much as the other 4, but you pair that 5 with Oneil, Cruz, that gives you your best chance to win baseball games. So I'm interested to see it. I'm interested to see how the lineup construction goes as far as who's hitting where. And Manuel Valdez is a guy who's been barreling the baseball well recently. Will he continue to get action at first base? He seems to be the primary first baseman right now. Will that continue? Even against left-handers, will that continue? Oneil Cruz, will he remain at the top spot of the lineup? I'm not necessarily as concerned about who's batting where. I'm more interested, like I said, just to see who's playing. So that's the first big storyline. Second big storyline that stands out to me is pertains to the guy who's starting Thursday night in the series finale, and that's Carmen Mlodzinski. This is a guy who I feel like the clock is ticking when it comes to proving himself worthy of a spot in the starting rotation, at least through this opportunity. I'm not saying that it won't happen sometime later in his career. He's still relatively young, but he hasn't really looked good since transitioning from a relief pitcher to a starter. We know he's a good reliever. We know he's an effective reliever. And if you look at his splits the first time through the order, it even shows it. But once he faces a lineup the second time through, he's struggled to adjust. And that's why you see his ERA above 7. That's why you see him with a record of 1-3. He's got to be better, and I feel like he's running out of opportunities to do so. You look at the minor leagues. I mean, Bubba Chandler's building up. He's going to be in the big leagues here soon. Thomas Harrington's already been in the major leagues this season. Burrows debuted last year. Ashcraft's already on the 40-man roster. They have other guys that they can give an opportunity to. Especially when you consider, I mean, Chandler's going to be the long-term fix for that spot. It's only a matter of time, I think, before he takes that spot that Carmen is currently holding. But I think in the meantime, Carmen's pitching to show that he can do this by himself, that he doesn't need a piggyback, someone to be paired with him on his start days like they did the one time with Thomas Harrington. Derek Shelton talked about the strategy behind Mlodzinski moving forward last week, and he said they're thinking about how they'll be using him down the road from now. So I'm interested to see how he looks because, again, I feel like we're getting into the last couple of opportunities before he's moved back to a bullpen role. I think I don't think I'm misspeaking with saying that. So let's get into a quick scouting report for the Angels. Before we do that, though, we're going to hear from our lovely sponsor, Greenewalt Roofing.
Hey, Pittsburgh. When you think of great roofs, you think Greenewalt Roofing Company. With over 20 years' experience, Greenewalt knows your roof is your home's first line of defense from rain, wind, snow, and ice. That's why Greenewalt Roofing's standard for perfection is so important. You can trust that their team of experienced installers will treat your property like it's their own. When it comes to roof replacements, Greenewalt Roofing is Pittsburgh's only choice. Visit greenewaltroofing.com today or call 412-314-8882 to schedule your free estimate. PA contractor number 36262.
All right, big thanks to Greenewalt Roofing. Let's look at the Angels real quick. 11-10 overall heading into this series. Very interesting statistics for this team. They rank toward the bottom of the league in almost every offensive category except for home runs. They're 4th in baseball with 33 home runs. They're 8th in baseball in slugging with a 409 slugging percentage. It looks like they're just a very aggressive team at the plate. They have the second least walks out of any club in baseball. They've only drawn 50 walks. So it seems like the Pirates just need to make them chase, make them go out of the strike zone a little bit. This looks like an aggressive hitting team. As far as the pitching side, nothing really impressive on paper, at least. I mean, ERA is 4.35 as a staff. That's tied for 22nd best in baseball. Teams are hitting 244 against them. That's 20th best. WHIP, 24th best. It's a 1.36. They've walked the 9th most batters and only struck out 151. That's 28th out of 30 teams. So it looks like the Pirates offense, which has been struggling, is going to run into a team that's maybe not throwing the ball well. And the main weakness for this Angels pitching staff is the bullpen. The bullpen's ERA this year is 5.37. That's 28th out of 30 major league teams and ranks worst in the American League. And they've blown 4 saves. So the Pirates have hit bullpen pitching a lot better than starters this year. So this trends well for Derek Shelton's team, that maybe they can get a couple more late inning rallies if they're unable to get after the starters, which has been the case so far this season. 3 guys to watch for these Los Angeles Angels. Number 1, a guy named Mike Trout. Ever heard of him? He has 8 home runs and an 802 OPS so far this season. Logan O'Hoppe, young catcher, batting .286 with 5 homers and an 848 OPS. So Lair is another slugger that you can keep an eye on, along with Taylor Ward. Those are 2 other guys. But my third overall player to watch is Tyler Anderson. He's got a 2.08 ERA, as I mentioned before. That's seventh best in the American League. He's unbeaten. He's 2-0. So those are the guys to keep an eye out for. My bold prediction as we wrap this series preview up is that Emmanuel Valdez will have at least 3 extra base hits this series. I predicted last series that Kutch would have 2 home runs. That was not correct. So we're going to ride the hot hand with Emmanuel Valdez getting 3 or more extra base hits this series. That's my bold prediction. I will say the Pirates win this series. That's the first time I think I've predicted that so far on a series preview. So there you have it. Pirates, I think, will win the series 2-1, and Valdez gets at least 3 extra base hits in this series. I'm Noah Hiles. Check out all of my work at post-gazette.com and keep tuning into this channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. At PG Pirates, we'll have you covered for the remainder of the season.
Thank you for checking out this content from Post-Gazette Sports. If you watch this video on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. For all of the sports coverage the Post-Gazette has to offer, visit post-gazette.com.